Get ready to see an exclusive game mechanic for Gates of Nilheim. Welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games, I'm Lee, and in this video I've got something really cool to share with you. Marco Bacota, the creator behind Raybox Games, has sent me some information on a really interesting game mechanic that you'll see in Gates of Nilheim. This hasn't been covered before either, so this is breaking news and a really good insight into what you can expect to find from the game. I haven't seen anything like this before in any other skirmish game or solo game that I've played, and during the last podcast episode that Marco and I did together, he mentioned this, and I'm like, this is such a fantastic idea. We've got to cover it in a video. I think people will really love it, and I think you're going to be interested to see it in play. So in the video, I'm going to get the book out on the table, we'll get the model out, and I'll show you how this mechanic works in-game in real time. Okay, let's get into it then. Here you can see I've got a handful of tokens, and these tokens are numbered 1 to 60. These are called motes. And if you're not familiar with the term, I had to look it up actually and just find the definition. It's basically defined as a tiny piece of a substance or a speck. In Gates of Nilheim, these motes are going to represent memories, and this is really awesome. On the first turn, you're going to place a mote on each square that has an S on it, and that could be an S1, S2, etc. You place them randomly face down so you can't see the number. As the game plays on, these motes are going to move towards the closest hero character, and they'll follow the same movement rules as the undead. If a hero activates with a mote in its square, the hero receives the mote. And to receive the mote, you simply flip it over, check the number, and then read the corresponding entry under motes in the Tome of Knowledge. The hero will then immediately take the effect of the mote. We need to find out a bit more about these motes now, so let's head over to the Tome of Knowledge. You can't see it yet though, because it's not out, it's not released. This is a sneak peek, but I'm going to be able to read some of it out to you. Here we go then. So I'm going to read through an introduction to the motes, and then I'll dive in and we'll take some of the tokens from the table, flip them over, and then we'll go in and we'll read some of these memories and then see exactly what effects they're going to give our heroes. And I'll go through a few examples as well so you get a good flavour of what this is all about. To fall in Nilheim is to lose more than just flesh and blood. Once you pass the junction between realms, you will need more than mere food and water to survive this place. Others have come before you, and as you pass through Nilheim, you will find their disembodied memories, these are the motes, that have been torn from them as their bodies fell to axe and claw. These memories are of hope, glory and despair. Orphaned by the loss of their original hosts, these lost memories will join with you when found. Once taken in, you'll recall them as if it was you who experienced them firsthand when the memory was made. Some will heal you, some will strengthen you, and some will harm you as they tear at the edges of your soul. How cool does that sound? I think this is a really interesting way to add to the game's narrative and also to the character development. It's fantastic. So let's go and flip over a few of the tokens and then we'll have a look and read through some of the motes so you get a good idea of what goes on. Let's read out the first number then. Here we go, 47. As the lost memory joins with you, bells ring in the distance as the longships make landfall. The soldiers arrayed against you on the beach outnumber you and your men 3 to 1, but as each one falls, the resolve of the others begins to melt like spring ice. The last of them die on their knees. The flame of glory rises within you. Advance your glory tracker by X. That covered glory. You know what? I'm going to pick one out from each one. So let's do hope next. So let's grab number 17, and that reads, as the lost memory joins with you, the arrow sticks out of your armour as blood trickles down your chest. It is the heart you know, yet you are not dead. Stoop into the ground, you collect an enemy arrow, still intact, and measure its length against the one in your chest. You laugh to discover the length is nearly the same. The point has barely poked you. The light of hope nourishes you and renews X lost life. Let's have a look at despair next. As the lost memory joins with you, agony wakes you from a broken sleep of a nightmare. You must have lost consciousness again. How long does it take for death to find a broken man? You look yet again at the shattered bones of your legs protruding from your flesh while you await death at the bottom of the ravine. The shadow of despair claws at your soul. Reduce your life or glory track by X. There you go, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, you're going to get some despair in the mix as well. I really like this idea. It's a great way to just add some narrative and some background to the world, and you can really imagine these lost warriors and how their memories have been captured and left floating around in the realm. So very interesting, cool mechanic, and I think this is going to add a lot of depth to the game. Altogether, there's 60 moats, so you're going to have loads to go through. And what you could do if you wanted to is once you've found that moat, you could take it out of the mix of tokens then, so you're not going to discover it again throughout the campaign. And that'll just keep things nice and fresh, and there's always something new to discover. That's going to help to build some anticipation into the game as well. And I think these little moats, you're going to be inclined to go after them. So they're following you, again, using the same rules as the undead. But you're probably going to get close to them because, 2 out of 3 are going to give you a benefit. That's got to be worth the risk. If you'd like to find out more about Gates of Nilheim, I'll put a link down below. That link will take you to their Game Found campaign where you can find out more about the game, watch all the different videos and check out all the different options for you to back the game. They've done really well, just topped over 100,000 now, so really good news. It's so awesome to see, and I've covered the game a lot on the channel if you'd like to check out the introductory video I made for the game, and then I did an unboxing where I went through all the prototype components. This was really cool, great to see it, really fun to have a first look at all the pieces. There's going to be a lot of changes as the game gets to full production, but a first look, that was brilliant. Then I did the demo Let's Play, so if you want to watch that, you can see the game in action. I'll link to it at the end of this video, because I think that's a good one to get a good overview of the game itself. And I think the models in this game are just brilliant, and so I've covered them quite a lot in a priming video. I also did a video showing you how to paint Bjorn, one of the main characters. He's a beast of a Viking, really fantastic model, and Marco said that these models are going to be great in other games too, so don't think you just have to use them for this one. They'll be perfect for miniature agnostic games. As I've been practicing and moving up from contrast paints to using different layers, I thought it would be fun to do a little mini-series for beginner painters who want to move on like I have from contrast to layers. And so I've done a video on how to paint skin using just 3 paints and 1 shade, and also how to paint robes using just 3 paints and a shade as well. I'll be doing another video where we look at different skin colours. We'll also look at how to do metals and furs. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks so much for watching. I really enjoyed just picking out one mechanic and talking about it like this. I think I might do this in the future for other games. This is really good fun. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. It'd be great to hear your thoughts. For now though, thanks again, and if you did like the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.